Hi, I'm Mitch Shoemaker, and this is day 58 of my doing 100 days of YouTube videos and focusing on gratitude. Um, so I guess I'm grateful I'm doing day 58. Yay! I kind of keep going back and forth on this. I'm totally excited about what I'm doing and where I'm at, and feeling like I don't want to do anything. And today is another one of those days where I just don't want to face things or do anything. And I don't know why I keep having these days. I would love for them to just magically go away, but I don't think it works that way. And I know that I can do things in spite of how I feel. I just need to be willing to do that. Um, Today I've not been as willing as other days, I guess. I need to pray more for willingness. I do know that God will not make me do anything, so it doesn't matter how many times I'm like, God, just make me go to work, just make me do this. And He's just like, I'm not going to make you do anything. It's still your choice. So, yay, I am grateful I have choices, even if I don't always like the choices that I choose to make. And I'm learning that I don't really have a lot of control over how I feel sometimes. I just have to be willing to face my feelings and face my life, which sometimes I'm not. And I am often still looking for like the easy way out or the quick fix or the instant gratification, the overnight whatever. And it doesn't work that way. Like meant to work for my life, for things that I want in my life. And I need to accept where I'm at and what I'm doing in my life, and that this is part of God's plan, that I'm here for a reason, and things will work out. And I don't always like that. Honestly, I don't. Um, I wish my circumstances were different than they are, but they are not. And I know that I have been making some progress and doing a little bit better. And I guess I keep thinking that I will magically wake up one of these days and not struggle anymore. And I forget that life is a struggle, and I may struggle every day for the rest of my life, and that will be okay, because I know that I still have things that I can look forward to, things that I can be grateful for, things that I can do. I am not, I'm not destitute. I am not incapable of doing things. I am very capable. As my lovely little mantra says, I am capable of more than I give myself credit for. I can do things. I just choose not to do things. I choose to let my old default settings take control. And today they were taking control. Oh, yeah. I don't know if that's because I'm tired or because I'm processing something. That just came out of nowhere. Apologize for that. Um, I guess I was talking about my old default settings, and I need to learn to replace them with new settings, which is the whole point of focusing on gratitude and doing 100 days, because it's something that I can set a goal towards, something I can look forward to, something that I can reach, something to not give up on myself for. And honestly, it's like so late in the day that I'm just like, oh, I could just totally not do this today and start over tomorrow. But then, oh my gosh, I'm on day 58. I do not want to start over. I don't want to have to start back at 1 tomorrow. That would just suck. To just be on here like, okay, I was just being lazy yesterday. I didn't feel like doing a video, so now we're starting over. Or I've completely given up on myself and end of the world, which is my extremes. Today I was reading my meditationals and my scriptures, and I was reminded that expectations are premeditated resentments. um, and I don't know how much resentment I have towards things, but I realize that I have expectations for my day, how my day is going to go, or expectations or plans basically as to what I want to do and how I want things to work out. And I get very disappointed, very discouraged when things don't work out the way that I want them to. And I have a tendency to just give up, to shut down. That is my default setting, to just shut down, turn my face to the wall, whatever it is, and just be like, oh, life is so miserable because it did not go the way that I wanted it to. That, everything always takes longer than I think it's going to take. But as long as I'm doing something and trying to get stuff done, I'll be up a lot later, but I'll get to it and it'll be okay. Oh, here we go again. Sorry. I guess I need to yawn today. But I also have those days where I try to do things and I feel like I'm just hitting a wall. and it's not working, and it's not working, and it's not working. And there's things outside of my control because things I want to do are dependent on other people or situations or whatever. And some days it's just, I know all the things I need to do, and I'm the one that's just standing in my own way of succeeding. I'm just sitting there playing games, watching movies, whatever it is, and just being like, I just don't want to do it. I'm like, but it's right there. It'll take like 10 seconds or 2 minutes or 10 minutes, or maybe it'll take a couple of hours. And once I get started, I'm excited and I go to work and it's okay and everything is fine. But I have to get started, and today I'm just not getting started. And then when I finally start, it's later in the day, and sometimes I think because it's too late in the day, I can't do things. But I'm grateful that I've learned that I can start at any point in my day. I can still be productive. I can still get things done. I don't have to give up. And the other thing I'm just being reminded of is to be gentle with myself, because God is gentle and loving, and He knows that I'm struggling, and He knows what I'm capable of. He knows what I'm feeling. He knows what I'm going through, and He knows it's okay to take a day off, to breathe, to relax, to have some fun, to not beat myself up. That things will work out one way or the other, and I don't have to beat myself up for not being perfect, like some insane expectation of being perfect that I have of myself. And if I can't do it perfectly, then I can't do it at all. And that's really messed up thinking. I mean, seriously, because I'm not perfect. I will never be perfect. And the first time I try something, there's no way I'm going to get it perfectly. Yes, I can picture it perfectly in my mind, but it never comes out that way. And so to berate myself for my lack of imperfection, or for my lack of perfection, I should say, for being imperfect, for struggling, for being human, is just, it's insane. It's no wonder I struggle, because I have these very unrealistic expectations of myself. And they're not expectations other people gave me, they're ones I gave myself, because if I did it right, if I did it perfectly, then I couldn't get in trouble. And if I couldn't do it right and I couldn't do it perfectly, then I would just stay out of the way and let somebody else do it, because then they could do it right and then I wouldn't get in trouble. And those are my default settings, because I got in trouble a lot. Well, I don't know what I got in trouble for. I got ignored a lot. I got yelled at a lot. I'm not even sure what I got yelled at for most of the time. So it was just more or less like, okay, just not going to do it. Just learned not to do things. It was just safer that way. And it isn't really safer that way. It really isn't. It's just that's the environment I grew up in. And I don't live in that environment anymore. And not doing things is holding myself back, is preventing me from succeeding, from seeing what I'm capable of doing, from experiencing life, from experiencing friendships and people and relationships, from learning how to speak up for myself, learning how to take care of myself, from living my life. Every time something happens or doesn't go the way that I want, I just automatically shut down. It's like, okay, fine, I can't do it then. And I don't even consciously think that. Like today, I don't think I was consciously thinking that. I was just like, okay, I need to do something else then, or I have to do this instead of that. And I didn't want to do this instead of that. I wanted to do that. And if I couldn't do that, then I just wasn't going to do anything. And I really need to learn how to fix that, to change that. But I've learned, I think there's 3 A's that I learned from 12-step program too. There's the awareness, the acceptance, and then action. So I'm becoming aware of things that I'm doing. I need to accept that that's how I respond to things. And then I need to learn how to respond differently. So right now, I think I'm just sort of like in the awareness stage. I'm aware of it. I don't necessarily like it. I'm aware of it. I will get to the acceptance point. Oh, excuse me. I'm not sure what is with the yawns right now, because I don't feel tired. So it is kind of late for me. Actually kind of early in the next day, but I'm still going to count this for day 58, and I will still do another one later tonight, because I don't want to start over. So I like that I'm making little exceptions to my rule to kind of be like, I'm still gonna do it. I'm still gonna count it, because I just don't want to start over. And there will be obviously 100 YouTube videos by the end of this 100 days, which I now only have 42 days to go. I could do 42 days. I did 42 days already. This is easy, right? I wish it was easy. I thought that by the time I got this far, it would be like this built-in habit and I would just do it. Like it would just be on automatic. And there were a few days where it felt like it was on automatic. And now I'm back to where it doesn't feel like it's on automatic and I'm struggling and I'm just like, oh, so not fair. So not fair. And this is me complaining again. I apologize. This is supposed to be on gratitude. But I'm grateful that I can see myself, that I can see myself struggling, that I am aware of my struggles, that I know that God is aware of my struggles, that He is reminding me that it's okay to be gentle with myself, that this is a process. It is not an overnight thing, that I constantly need to be reminded of these things, that I have unrealistic expectations, maybe subconsciously as well as consciously. And not that the things that I set out to do for the day are unrealistic for me to accomplish. It's just I am not in the habit of doing those things, and I have not been willing to give up other things like playing my games on my phone and watching my Netflix and my movies. So I need to stop doing those things because if I don't have those things to do, then I will either have to find something else to avoid my life with, or I will actually have to start facing my life and facing my feelings and facing the projects that I have set forth to do. And I might be amazed at all the things that I can get done. But there is an aspect of willingness. I have to be willing to do them, and I have to get to that point of being willing. I need to spend more time praying to be willing to know what God's will for me is and willing to do that, because that's a lot. Some days it's a piece of cake and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm totally there, I'm in the mode, I got the spirit, I'm going, I can do this. And other days I'm just like, I had to get out of bed today, I don't want to get out of bed today. And the crazy thing is I think I've had days where I've had migraines and I've been way more productive than today. And you know what? It's okay. I am just going to be grateful that it's okay. I'm going to be grateful that I'm okay, that I have a safe place to live, that I am alive, that I am well, grateful that I can make this YouTube video, grateful that I can be aware of what I'm doing, grateful to know that I have choices. I can make better choices. I don't always make the best choices, but grateful that I can still learn from my mistakes, grateful that I can make mistakes. Oh my goodness, I am so grateful that I can make mistakes. I know that sounds so ridiculous, but to not have to beat myself up, to not have to be perfect, it's okay to make a mistake today and I could just start over. I can learn from it, I can fix it. And maybe I can't always fix it, but I can hopefully learn from it. Oh, I apologize. I do not know what is going on with that. I wouldn't be doing this if I thought I was yawning a whole bunch, but I don't want to have to pause and I don't want to have to go back and edit it because at this point I'm just happy I'm doing a YouTube video. And I'm just going to be grateful I'm doing the video. So I'm grateful for your patience in watching me and listening to me and putting up with me and all my crazy comments for the past 58 days. And hopefully you'll stick with me for another 42 days and we'll see what happens. And not that I will magically be a different person in 42 days, but hopefully my perspective is changing a little bit and my attitude is changing a little bit, and it will change a little bit day by day. And as much as I don't like the idea, and maybe that's another part of my struggle, is that I feel like, when I'm done with this 100 days, I kind of want to do another 100 days of something because I think it's good for me. I think it's helps to motivate me, to give myself something that I need to do every single day to learn how to be consistent with myself, consistent with my goals, and then share what I'm learning with other people. And granted, right now, I probably only have one or two people that are watching these videos. Well, it looks like I've had like 4 or 5 that have watched some videos. So, yay, there's a handful of people that are watching. And I'm grateful for that. And hopefully, maybe someday there will be more if I ever decide to get around to making thumbnails, which I keep thinking about doing, because I think that would boost my views, which would be a good thing, I think. I know it's a good thing, because the idea is that I do these gratitude videos, that I work on something else, like maybe my writing for 100 days, and then when I get my books published, that I have this platform, that I have a following of people that will be willing and anxious to read my books that I've been talking about. And this is, another form of marketing that I'm trying to learn how to do. And this is part of the learning process for me. So I am learning. And anyone that's watching these videos gets to go along with my little learning process. And it may not be interesting to some people. I may be very boring and not at all entertaining to some people. And that's okay, because I think a lot of times I feel like I'm very boring, and I'm having to learn that I have an active imagination, that I can be very creative, that I can be lots of fun, that I can be very childlike, like to play, have fun, enjoy life. And I do that with other people and with my kids. I just don't always do that with myself, and I need to remember to do that with myself, because God wants me to be happy. I want to be happy. I don't have reasons not to be happy. I think I have to make up reasons to be unhappy. And most of my reasons to be unhappy have to do with my past, because I had some unhappy experiences in my past. I had some traumatic experiences in my past. But I don't have any traumatic experiences today. I don't have anything today to be unhappy or miserable about. I can find things. I'm very good at finding things to be unhappy and miserable about. But I'm grateful I have a choice to do something different. I'm grateful that I can see that I don't have reasons to be unhappy or miserable today. No, maybe my day didn't go the way I wanted it to, or the way that I planned. But I don't have to continue to shut down because things don't work out. That's an old behavior, and it was a survival tactic. It helped me survive some very unsafe situations, some very traumatic situations, some very confusing situations. It was, the safest thing to do at the time. But I don't need to do that anymore. I'm not in those situations anymore. So I need to learn. I am learning how to retrain my brain to remember, to recognize, to process, to remind myself on a daily basis that I am in a safe place, that I can do good things, that I do not need to shut down because things don't go the way that I plan. And my plan is not the best plan. My plan may be plan A, God's plan may be plan C or D, or maybe B if I'm lucky. I don't know. But I don't always see God's plan right away. I see my plan first, and then I tell God, and He's like, "That's cute. That's nice. Okay, we'll let you try that today. Yeah, why don't we try something different tomorrow?" And it's okay. And I just, I keep trying every day. And as long as I keep trying, I know that I'm doing something. It's good for me to be trying. And I'm grateful that I can keep trying. I'm grateful that I can keep getting up. I'm grateful that I can keep making these videos. I'm grateful that I know that God is there helping me no matter what my choices are for the day, that He still loves me even if I don't make the best choice for the day, and that He knows my struggles, and He's there for me. And I'm grateful that it's okay for me to take a day off, to struggle, to have emotions, to have feelings, all things I'm not really sure how to deal with right now, things I know I need to work through. But I'm grateful I'm learning how to deal with things, how to process things. I'm learning how to change my thought processes. But it's, taken me many years to get this messed up and distorted, and seeing things very, very badly, I guess, focused on all the wrong things. So my focus doesn't change overnight. My attitude doesn't change overnight. And just doing these videos, I start out wanting to complain, and by the end, I'm just full of gratitude, and I'm grateful because I've been listing the things that I'm grateful for, listing the things that I'm learning, and it's like, oh yeah, my day is not as bad as I thought it was. Oh yeah, I'm not as horrible a person as I thought I was. I'm actually pretty good. I'm doing okay. I am grateful for that. And I am grateful that I can do these videos, and grateful for those people that are choosing to watch. And I hope you have a great day full of gratitude.